Hello and welcome back to Love Advice TV. Thank you for tuning in. Very excited to do this video for you today. As always, if you have not subscribed to Love Advice TV, I highly encourage you to do so because we come out with one free video each and every day to help empower you on your breakup recovery journey. And today's video is about the importance of not letting your ex take you for granted ever. And it's one that I'm very passionate about. This topic is a topic that is really dear to my heart and something that I and my colleagues were talking about in our free Facebook group Love Advice TV community just a few short days ago. And the importance here is that someone who takes you for granted will never fight for you. And oftentimes your ex will treat you the way that you let them treat you. And so if your ex is not responding to your messages, if you feel like you're doing 100% of the work to try to stay friends, and if through their actions, words, and behavior, you feel taken for granted, you need to pull back. You need to take a step back. Otherwise, your value will continue to get lower and lowered and lowered. And your desperation will only continue to increase and increase and increase. And that's not a winning formula. Not a winning formula to get back with someone that you love, and not a winning formula to ensure that you have the self-respect and confidence that you need to live a fulfilling life. And so it's very difficult for any human being to appreciate things that are in abundance in our lives, right? We tend to take things for granted when they are too readily available. And when an ex is taking you for granted, it's probably because you are giving an overabundance of your time, attention, emotion, and love to them, to the point that they are forced to only value it in a very small way. It's basic supply and demand, like I always say. And so to make sure that they don't take you for granted, you have to focus on the things that you can control and make sure that you don't reward the negative behaviors. I tell this to clients all the time. You need to make sure that you can resist the temptation to latch on as the fear of losing them becomes a reality. And sometimes it's very difficult because you feel that you have regrets, you have learned some important elements throughout the breakup recovery journey that you feel compelled to share with them, but they're not ready, or the timing isn't right because of mistakes that you've made. And so it's very important that you remember that if your ex is taking you for granted, they're not going to be inspired by you. It might seem logical to some, but for a lot of people, their actions don't reflect an understanding of this profound concept. And your self-worth is going to take a major hit. You will lose confidence because you will feel rejected over and over and over again when your ex is taking you for granted. And mindset is important because if you continue to interact with someone who, through their words or through their silence, tells you that you're not good enough, you're going to start to believe it. And then it's downhill from there. So the last thing that I'll say on this issue is that when an ex takes you for granted, it's either the death of the relationship or a recipe for disaster, a recipe to be in an unhealthy relationship where you will lose even if you win. You will lose because you're going to create an environment where you're back with your significant other, but where they feel empowered to do whatever they want, to treat you like poop, because they expect you to just take it. They expect you to just be there because that's what you've conveyed to them, that you need them to exist even if they don't treat you right, because you've rewarded you've rewarded the negative behavior throughout breakup recovery. You've put them on the highest pedestal ever, and they're so flustered and frustrated that they start to treat you in a way that they never thought they could or would. And you start to accept things that you never thought you would or should. And so the message here is clear. No matter what type of breakup recovery you are facing today. If your ex is taking you for granted, you need to take a step back and to start to ask yourself tough questions. What is it that you're doing that is enabling them to take you for granted, and how can you adjust your behaviors right now to make sure that you regain your self-worth? Those are very important questions that you need to find answers to, and I hope that you will take the time to do that. As always, keep fighting the good fight, especially if you are in a situation where your ex is taking you for granted, and if you need support, reach out to us, book a private coaching session, leave a comment, join our private Facebook group, or buy an audio seminar to help you create a roadmap and game plan centered around the specificities of your breakup recovery journey. As always, thank you for tuning in. Coach Adrian from Miami, Florida, here for you as always. Keep fighting the good fight, and see you soon.